Please welcome to the stage our 2025 Fire Horse recipient, Ali Kazimi.
I'm trying hard not to cry. um, thank you all for coming on this beautiful spring day. Thank you, Karen and Paul, for those, beautiful, beautiful words. It's wonderful to be here. This is a moment I won't forget. I see so many people here from different aspects of my life, very, very old friends, my family, my students from York, people I've mentored, people from Massey College, my colleagues from Massey College. I'm just deeply humbled and grateful. I think to say that I'm honored would be an understatement. I don't know how else to express it. First, I want to start, and this is why I wrote my speech, because I knew I would be speechless otherwise. So first of all, thank you to Carrie and Karen. Thank you. You ambushed me with this nomination. To the jury, Paul, Lalita, Albert, thank you. It's really rare to see the totality of one's work, not just the films, but everything else be taken into consideration. And I'm deeply grateful for that. When I came to Canada in 1983 to study film at York, I was one of the few students of color in the program. Our stories then weren't considered part of Canadian culture. We were outside the frame, literally. In the Canadian arts community, our diversity was not being reflected. And thanks to activism, the Canada Council, led by Joyce Siemens, who I'm thrilled to know is here today, took the brave step of being the first institution to start looking at diversity and equity. In the late 80s, I found community through volunteering. And I'm deeply grateful to my friend Richard Fung, who brought me on to the board of Images. I'm proud of the work we did then in those early years, pushing forward conversations around race, representation, and equity. Later, thanks to my mentor, Barry Greenwald, I was brought into the Canadian Independent Film Caucus, now the Documentary Organization of Canada. But before that, I had spent a year as the president of the Independent Film and Video Alliance, which is an organization that represents film and video co-ops across the country. And I led an initiative to come before the CRTC structural hearings to make sure that the voices of independent filmmakers did not go unheard. We were fighting for a space and a place in which our stories could be heard. In 2013, Real Asian made an inspired decision to become a Pan-Asian festival, to be inclusive of a broader range of voices like mine. This single inclusive act of immigration and courage deserves recognition. Real Asian has become a crucible, a space to mentor and amplify new voices. And in these times, it matters more than ever. I chose documentary because I felt it could make a difference, and I still do. It has not been an easy path. There have been moments when I have indeed doubted my choices. But then there have been moments of affirmation. In 2013, when I participated in the final panel of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, Phil Fontaine, the former Grand Chief of the Assembly of First Nations, was our respondent. As he began, he pointed at me and said, "Shooting Indians. I watched your film during a dark period in my life. It helped me. Thank you." Moments like these, small and unexpected, have kept me going. And of course, I haven't done this alone. Filmmaking is a deeply collaborative process. And I do want to name and thank all my incredible collaborators who have contributed their talent and experience. Steve Westlack, Ricardo Acosta, Susan Martin, Nick Hector, Kiran Alawalia, Arlene Moscovich, Laurel McDonald, Rosette Gadari, Zoders, Karen Tish, Jocelyn Clark, Susan Shanks, Graham Ball, Gary Popovich, Steve Monroe, Michael Dana, Anya McKenzie, Richard Fung, John Grayson, and many, many others. You've transformed my films and indeed my life. And a special thank you to those who have nourished me with their feedback during a difficult creative process. To name but a few: B.H. Yile, Ross Gill, Peter Harris Jones, Ian Martin, and Zul Solomon. Years before I finished my first feature documentary, I felt compelled to build the diversity of filmmakers. At first, it was through workshops for emerging filmmakers of color. Later, it became giving those without any formal training not just a foot in the door, not just their first credit, but a full hands-on access to the entire creative process of filmmaking, from start to finish. I'm thrilled that Nisha Pahuja, Angad Bhalla, and Zahid Mawani have each gone on to become amazing filmmakers in their own right. As a professor, I've had the privilege of formally mentoring remarkable talents like Vicky Lean and Sama Waham, who are here today. Watching them flourish has been one of the most rewarding aspects of my journey. I want to acknowledge two people who are not here today, but who were central to my life. I miss deeply Magnus Isaacson, who was one of Canada's most committed political documentarians, and Phil Strong, a sound designer and composer who brought poetry to everything he touched. I really feel their absence today. I want to thank all the participants in my films, the people who trusted me with their lives and their stories and their vulnerabilities. I especially want to thank Iroquois Onondaga photographer Jeff Thomas and Sinai's matriarch Marilyn James. Their courage continues to light the way for me. And of course, I could not be here without my partner, Heidi Mackenzie, whose own journey as a ceramic artist continues to inspire me every day. Your love and belief in me have carried me through more than you'll ever know. Now I want to address something about democracy. I've always believed that citizenship isn't just about rights. It's about our responsibility to be informed, to be engaged. My films offer dissenting perspectives on Canada's colonial past and ongoing colonial present. Dissent, I believe, is not only essential, but it is what sustains democracy. For the past year and a half, like so many of you, I've been watching, grieving, and speaking out against the live-stream genocide unfolding in Gaza. I'm horrified and I'm angry. Madam Mayor, since you're here, I can address this directly to you. I'm deeply disappointed that the city I've lived in for the most of my life has passed bylaws to create so-called bubble zones. These are thinly veiled attempts to suppress protest and silence pro-Palestinian voices. I see this as a dangerous erosion of our democratic rights. I want to pay tribute to the students across Canadian campuses who are standing up for Palestine. Your clarity and moral courage moves me deeply. You, the students, are the conscience of this moment. In this context, I'm especially and deeply honored to have here today my new friend and colleague, Dr. Ahmed Abu Shaban, Dean of the Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Medicine at Al-Azhar University in Gaza, an institution Al-Azhar University was among a slew of universities in Gaza that was systematically blown up by Israeli forces. But the remarkable part, as Emma told me, is that the students and faculty, knowing that their campus has been blown up, have refused to let the university die. He told me this amazing story when they put out a call for students to attend classes online. They said, let's do classes online, even though we cannot do practical classes as agricultural students. So they put out a call, and they expected about 1,000 students out of 14,000 students to attend. 10,000 students attended in the middle of this genocidal violence. 10,000. Professors walked 2 hours to get to internet hotspots, braving Israeli bombing and snipers. And they continue to do so today. Like them, even amidst this darkness, I hold on to hope. And part of the hope I see is in what Real Asian has done. I see it in the kaleidoscope of voices now emerging in Canadian cinema. Behind the camera, in front of it, many of them are here today. The stories coming to our screens are not just entertaining and informing us. They are transforming us. They're helping us see each other more fully. The Great White North is no longer white. It never was. It's a multi-hued, multi-voiced, ever-evolving place, and Real Asian has been a real part of this transformation. Thank you for seeing me, for supporting this journey, and for believing still in the power of story. Thank you.